Hello, hello.
Hi guys.
Welcome to this week's episode of Brave Brushes Studio YouTube show. I'm Anna and this is Julia. Julia, as you know, does the teaching. I do the talking and the helping, and also the teasing of Julia with my art supplies. So, in today's video, today is a watercolor video, and we will be using watercolors featured in this year's contest by Winsor and Newton. We'll be using two colors, Venetian red and yellow lemon deep,
Yes.
and we'll be using them to answer a question that we get very often.
Mhm.
How do you prevent colors from flowing into each other when painting? Julie, is
Yeah,
there
good
a
question.
simple answer to that?
Of
And do
course.
you even want to prevent colors
Not
from flowing?
always. No, not always. Sometimes you want them to flow into each other because it creates very beautiful effects. Absolutely, I love it.
Okay, but let's say you want to prevent colors from flowing.
Yeah.
What do you do?
There are three different things that are important for preventing colors from flowing to each other. The first thing is to understand that different types of watercolor paper have different uh, um, yeah,
Effect.
effect on flowing. We have cotton paper and we have cellulose paper. Cotton paper dries very long, and that means that we need to wait much longer than when we use cellulose paper that is
Okay.
that dries much faster. And I think we need to try it out. What do you think?
Okay,
I
sure.
have here two kinds, cotton paper and cellulose paper, and let's put some color on the
All right,
paper.
so that's cotton on the left and
This is
cellulose on the
cotton.
right.
Yes, this is
Yeah, because
cotton
I can see the
paper.
texture.
Yeah, yeah.
And this is the beautiful Venetian
Venetian
red.
red, very beautiful color. So this is cotton paper. This is a cellulose paper, and you can already see that it looks a little bit different, but it doesn't mean anything for drying. Of
No?
course, it's not about that. It's so let's keep it like this, and at the end of the video we will see which one will dry faster. Okay.
Okay.
Okay, so the difference is that the one dries faster than the other one. However, um, they both have, of course, their own benefits. When you use cotton paper, it dries less fast, but you can create very beautiful gradients. Here,
All
it's
right, but when we're talking about colors flowing or not
flowing.
flowing into each other, we
Yes,
need to
so
make sure that the colors are dry or
the
like why is
colors
this?
are dry. Yes, so the idea of faster or longer, uh, drying faster or longer is that the faster the paper dries, the faster you can go over to the next
Mhm. All right.
stage. So another thing that you need to keep in mind is the amount of water you use. The more water you use, the um, the longer the dry time, right?
Okay,
So
well, this makes sense.
yeah, I think so. Yeah, yeah. So, but we need, of course, we need quite a lot of water to paint at all. If you um, take your color without water, you can't even get it from the pens without water. If you don't have water, you can't paint. Too much water means that you need to wait longer.
Okay, so the first thing is paper, choosing the right paper, because that
Yes,
affects the drying time. And the second is controlling the quantity of water you use.
yes. And the third thing is, as always, practice, practice, practice. And the more you practice, the easier it is to control the water, but also to understand how you can paint all the different parts of your sketch at the same time. And for that, we will do an exercise today. So if you're wondering what this is, this is our exercise. And so let me show you how we can manage to paint in a better way at the same time. Um, First, if I look at this parts um, of it's not a real sketch, but let's see it as a sketch, I can think beforehand which part will be the first one that I'm going to paint, the second, the third, um, and so forth. So this will be the first one. This will be the second one, the third, and then the fourth, and the fifth, the last one. And this way we can um, prevent colors from flowing into each other. Because when we paint the first, the second, the third time, the fourth part, the fourth time, the first one is almost drying, and I'm going to do it on cellulose paper because it dries quite quickly. Okay, so I will start with the yellow color here. Put it on my palette first and color the first rectangle.
So basically, what you're doing is you want to avoid painting the parts that are right next to each other.
Yes, yes, and this one will also be red.
Okay, how
Red,
about number
yellow,
two?
I mean.
And why aren't you painting number two, Julia? Is that the
Oh,
artist's
yes.
way
No,
of
I
thinking?
forgot it. Yeah. So this will be the second one. I think it doesn't really
Well,
matter.
it doesn't, sure,
No.
but it's just it's funny to see how your mind works.
Yeah, I don't know if it's funny. Maybe it's sad.
No, no, okay.
Okay, so this way we don't need to wait that long because
Hmm.
we need to wait a little bit, I think, because it's not that dry yet. But when we paint it in this way, different parts of a sketch or painting, then we don't need to wait to every single part um, to dry. It's not very easy, by the way, when you are a beginner sketcher or a painter. It's quite complicated to understand which parts you need to start with and all these things. So just start somewhere and try out things, and you will see how it works for you. Um, Let me see. I think maybe we can already start. We will see. Sometimes it's still a little bit too wet, but I think that's good now. It doesn't flow into each other. The colors don't flow into each other now, as you can see. Yeah, this is, by the way, the part 6.
Which apparently goes before 5.
No, but it's around part 2.
No, but your point is actually, yeah, quite clear. Just
Yeah,
so planning, well,
just
or
plan the
kind of
scale, but
planning the
not the same
order
as
in which
Julia.
you're going to paint, and just not painting the parts that are directly in contact with each other right away.
Exactly, yes. And so you can see that numbers are not my cup of tea.
Okay. We're not here for the numbers, Julia.
Exactly, no. Otherwise, it would be
Hmm.
not a
How are
very.
you liking this red?
I love this one. It's so beautiful. It's not a red like very very bright red. I mean, not like Winsor red, for example. It's very different color, but it's more like a brown red, I think. But it's really a very very interesting, very beautiful color, especially when you mix it with other colors.
Hmm.
And
Can you
yeah,
show us how it flows into yellow or how it mixes with yellow?
yeah, of course. When we let's take some color here, put
And you
it.
don't let it dry.
No, and now I add the red color, Venetian red. Oh, need a little bit more color. Yeah, I think it's a beautiful mixture. Darker.
So in your boxes, though the boxes, the orange or the yellow and red boxes, if the colors flowed into each other, it wouldn't be so bad, really.
No, absolutely not. I think it could be very beautiful. But if the parts are too wet, then
Hmm.
I think it wouldn't be that. Uh, yeah, sometimes imagine that these are buildings, for example,
Hmm.
and you want to have windows, and
Yeah, okay.
and you want to have walls, and these are the windows and these are the walls, and if everything flows into each other, then it's not very obvious where the windows are and where the walls. I need to say that the cotton paper is also dry already.
Hmm.
However, it dries much and much longer.
Longer. Hmm.
Yes, yes. But also it depends how much water you use for it. But I saw that this the cellulose paper dried in a minute, I think, almost completely. While for the cotton paper, it took maybe uh, 3 minutes to dry. So you need to wait longer, also if you do a practice like this. Yeah, so I think it's a good exercise. I would suggest to try out this kinds of exercises, maybe with more circles, triangles, or whatever, just to practice this technique.
Okay, great. Thank you. And also, it's been good to see these new colors. Uh, so, will you be adding
Beautiful.
them to your palette?
Yes, a Venetian red, absolutely. I'm not sure about about the yellow because I already have a very beautiful yellow I love. Um, and yeah, turquoise, you know. And this the
The brown.
the brown color, yeah. This is also absolutely my favorite because of the granulation, and we will talk about it
Okay,
more.
well, that's a long conversation, Julia. So let's wrap this up. If you enjoyed this video, let us know in the comments. And if you do this exercise, also let us know how it goes. How good are you
Yeah.
at controlling your watercolors? Do they tend to run away from you and mix and blend? Or do your buildings look like buildings and windows look like windows? Thanks for watching. See you soon.
Thank you, guys.